Hello everyone, welcome. Last week I published an update out for Truesight, which was the summer update, which accumulated to being the, I believe, 5.0 update. We are exiting what I like to consider the preview after an entire year of development. August is its 1 year anniversary on Google Play, and I have been focusing on it as my main project this year. For those of you who don't know what Truesight is my vision of bringing Steam charts and Steam analytics to your cell phone. Right now, streamers are focusing a lot of their content and a lot of their information and news on Steam charts and a lot of data that accumulates from analytics from Steam, as well as like trends, sales, Steam chart data, player populations, Steam player counts as a grand total, all sorts of nerdy stats. So I decided to take all of that for the past year and cram it all into a mobile app available for Android. And we're going to go over it really quick today. And I've gone over it a few times, but today it's going to be a little bit of a rush preview. Let's go take a look. Let's see what it offers. I'm going to boot it up here on the computer. I'm using Windows Subsystem for Android to run the application on my computer. It works very well. It's optimized for Wayland and subsystem operations. So here we are. At the top here, there's this little banner. It's kind of like a news feed. Any sort of information that I want my users to know about, it's going to appear up there. Below is this new button that I've added in the recent update. This is what I'd like to call the recommendations button. This is something that I actually put together this week. It is powered by this website. This is my website. And what I am doing for the last part of the year is trying to create a follower base again. I used to have one back when I was a ROM developer, but it slowly died over the years because I changed my content dramatically. And so I'm trying to bring everybody back together in a way where you know where you can find my content, news and updates and whatever I'm working on. So there's a Facebook page you can follow. I got my website. I'm going to be publishing a mobile app soon that you'll be able to download from my website. And so what this button does is it kind of gives you an idea as soon as you open up the app and you look at this button, the more people who click on it, the bigger that number is going to be, and you can be like, oh, people are enjoying this. So it's not Google Play ratings. Google Play ratings does its own thing, just as my system. So all you need to do is click on it and boom. And you have the ability to submit a signature or a nickname. It's kind of like a yearbook sort of deal. You throw your name up there and everybody sees it. It kind of it's a way to be like, hey, mom, I'm on the TV. You know, it's a cool thing. I like it. I enjoy it. So this button is going to be appearing on other apps as well. This is the very first app that I published with this button. So hopefully we see this number shoot up in here a couple of days. Below that is the Steam platform dashboard. So in here, we're seeing the playing now number, the Steam Online number, and this month's peak. This number is going to change, or these numbers will change every day. The playing now number, it doesn't always appear there. That's because it doesn't always have the ability to connect or doesn't always have the ability to present that data to you. So if it's missing, it's not a bug. It's just that that information isn't available to grab yet. Below, we have this little multi-bar chart that presents data throughout the week, throughout the month. And it's just a metric, just something that you can look at, just something that you can interact with. And this chart is based on how your frequency is set up. So in the application, you can set up Truesight to have how many hours of the day do you want it to ping to grab Steam chart data. And so what this does is that it shows you the pings of the player count as Steam as a whole. So you can see when everybody was kind of sleeping and then it shot up and then the numbers have kind of progressed downward throughout the day. Below here is just a prediction metric, daily growth difference, predicted accuracy. somebody finds this information fun. And then here we have the #1 trending game on Steam versus the total population. The light blue is the total Steam population, and that little pie chunk is Counter-Strike. That's nuts. It's nuts. Find a different game to play. And then below here is the country metric. So this is like a traffic metric, I should say. China's traffic is a bit higher than the US, but both of us are #2 right now. Then we got Russia. My brain wants to say Denmark, but I don't think that's right. France, GBR, GBR. Germany? I don't know. BRA, Brazil? KOR, Korea? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a geography person. I'm a nerd. And then at the top here, we got our search bar. So as soon as you're in, you want to find a game. Let's do a boring one. Call of Duty. Click on Call of Duty. And here we are. Shows you. It works a lot better on a touchscreen. Shows you the game publisher information. A little about. Call of Duty's about section is very boring. Usually this is like a page that you can read. Peak population versus current population, available platforms, tags, and minimal and recommended PC requirements. And up here is what's called a virtual rig benchmark. Once you have set up your virtual rig, it will actually tell you whether or not this game's recommendation PC specs can work on your computer based on I don't want to say that it's 100% accurate, but it looks good on paper if you can put that idea in your head. But on this page, it's all news, anything related to Call of Duty. On this page is anything DLC related. Wow. You guys have a lot of DLC. Once you have selected follow, Truesight will begin charting Steam chart data for that game. So Truesight is not like Steam charts, where Steam charts just collects information on every single game published. Truesight only follows data on the games that you choose. It just doesn't have the ability to download all that data at once, and your phone would not like you. Boink, boink. Next page down is your favorite section. So these are all the games that you follow. So my games are Arc Raiders, Counter-Strike, Destiny, Gears 5, Halo Infinite, Halo Campaign Involved, Halo Chief Collection, Marathon, Power World, Warframe. And how this dashboard works is it's pretty self-explanatory. It is almost a mirror image of what Steam Charts has to offer. For every day of the week, a peak player count is collected, and when you click on a day, it will tell you what those numbers were. And then this chart does the same thing that the Steam dashboard does. It shows you a metric of the past, I don't know how long it sticks to actually. So this is July 20th through July 24th. I don't know how that I don't remember how I have that set up to refresh. I'll get back to you on that. What's mine look like? Because I know Truesight on my computer doesn't always doesn't have as much information as mine does. I believe it does a 48-hour period. I believe that's what I have it set up to. Any game that is considered an MMO, we'll have an estimated total peak. So when I was on Warframe, you probably seen the number come up really quick. So this is the total logged in count right now. So this is across Xbox, PlayStation, PC, whatever. This is an estimated number. It's not real. So don't, you know, don't turn this into a battle. This is an estimated number. It's not accurate because it is very difficult to find that number. This is using a specific API that's just looking at who's logged in with that account. You know, how many people are logged in. Doesn't necessarily mean they're even playing, just like the login count for Steam. So it says 36.3 million people are currently logged into Steam. All they might be doing is this. They might just be in their library. That's it. They're not actually playing on Steam. They're just logged in. So that number is just an estimate. Don't take it personal. And then below here, we have our chart that is very similar to Steam charts and how it works. You got a 48-hour period, 7 days, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and all, if you happen to use the app that long. And then below here is a month to days ratio that you can take a look at. Again, clicking on your game really quick will take it to the preview page. Clicking on the screenshots, you can view them. You can actually use the screenshot as a navigation wallpaper here. Pretty cool. We go to our news feed. This news feed is generated based on all the games that you have favorited. So all the games that are in my database, it generates a news feed for those games. And the most latest feed. If you want to see all the news feed, you got to go click on the game. But this is just the recent news. This is just keeps you in the loop of what's going on. Favorite stats. So what this does is it takes the numbers accumulated from your favorite games and then it compares it to the world. Combine players that you're watching. Compare games. So this is not as in-depth as Steam charts. It just allows you to quickly compare two games in your Steam chart data. The point of Truesight isn't to replace Steam charts. It's just to act as an option, as a real-time option. This app is not designed for you to get information from the past. This is for real-time information. People who are watching numbers immediately, they want them now. That's what Truesight is designed to do. Especially if you set up widgets on your launcher home screen, you can watch games in real time from there. Hi, Kiki. Then we got the trending matrix. So these are the top 5 games on Steam right now. We got Counter-Strike, Wallpaper Engine, PUBG, Apex Legends, and Dota 2. And we can go up to 10 with this chart. Or we'll look at the top 3. Top trending. So this goes all the way to 100. What is that? Is it my... Is it my screen space? Is it my aspect ratio? Oh no. Meow. Come on. Oh, there it is. We had to trigger the mobile interface. What do you want? Kitty talks. So what this does is it just gives you information on the top 100 games. So if we select top 25, it's going to show us the top 25 trending games right now on Steam. And you can scroll right through them. When you click on it, it'll expand to what it is about. When you click on it, it opens up the game preview activity and you can go from there. We're in trending right now, right? No, this is trending. So we got top sellers, new and trending, upcoming specials, top free, global top sellers, top searched. So if we go into top 3, Counter-Strike. If we go to top searched, Halo. No. Hollow Cure. What is that? Okay. Let's go to the top sellers. That's Halo. Halo. And then we got a nice about screen here. Kind of keeps you on tabs of the Google Play analytics. And then we got some app settings that you can go through. There's lots of colors to choose from for your theme. I hope I have provided you a decent selection of colors for your theme that you want. The launcher icon is customizable as well. It actually adapts to the seasons that we're in. It changes color based on season. Pretty cool. Or you can just force it to one that you like. You can change the default dashboard. You can change the refresh rate. So if you're using this app as like a widget during a stream like I am right now, you can tell it how long it needs to wait before it can refresh data on the home screen. You can look at the database information, aggregation settings. So this is where you would tell it to trigger how long of a wait you want it to collect data. So right now I have mine set at 4 hours. I think that's enough time to see a difference in a jump. Battery optimization settings, backup and restore. They are several different versions. Make sure you go through and look through them all. Virtual rigs. So this is a place that you can create a digital footprint of your computer. You can have as many as you want, but the main one is what interacts with the application. The virtual rigs are used to help you identify what games are compatible with your rig. It uses a digital benchmark-like system that I've created. It's pretty accurate. It is not something I would say to risk your life with, but it's pretty accurate. It's pretty cool. I have done a pretty excellent job with that. When you click add rig, you can name it. So we're gonna name mine the Rogue, RX Rogue, because I'm an AMD guy. I have an AMD Ryzen 7 oldie. That's mine. That's what my computer currently uses. That is a 3.6. And then I have a Radeon 9060. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM. It's 2000. Windows 11, DirectX 12, 1000 watt power supply. Save it. And then from there, it will automatically compare your rig to the Steam chart survey information, or Steam hardware survey information, not Steam chart, which is something that we skipped over, hardware surveys. So this pulls data directly from the Steam hardware surveys as well. So when you create your digital rig, it will actually try to figure out where your system ranks in the world. So again, Truesight is not all about Steam charts. There's something in there for someone. Yeah, that was pretty quick. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you use it. If you are a streamer and you use this application, go ahead and talk about it. This app doesn't collect any money. if anything, it allows you to evade ads on Steam charts, because I know there's ads on Steam charts. It is completely free. This is just a project that I wanted to put on my portfolio. I wanted to be able to blend the gaming world and the coding world into a project that I was excited to work on. The app, as far as like how far it is in development, I would say that the mobile version is pretty. I would think it's done. All I would need to do is just maintain it. I don't want to do a whole lot to it because this is a very complicated app. What me and my users have learned in the past, that updates tend to mess things up. When you have a database included in a project, it is very hard to maintain that data when you're going into new updates. I do have plans on creating a Windows version of this eventually. I've just never built a Windows program before, so that'll be really cool if I do that. That's something that I'll be working on next year probably. But again, Windows subsystem works just fine. Wayland works just fine. If you don't know what those are, do some research. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. This is an Android app working in Windows. Boom. It gets pretty big too. That's a big pie chart. UI is kind of weird in a full screen mode, but it wasn't designed to be a big screen. So that's why I want to get working on a Windows app here soon. There's a bunch of other things that I did not go over. So for instance, Halo campaign build, we've noticed that the banner is missing. So to fix that, you click this button right here, full screen metrics, live matrix, modify database, edit game label, edit game banner, and then we can choose a clear one, save, fixed. You can also set the banners up to use a custom image from a custom URL. You can do all sorts of stuff. It's your database. It's your app. It's your experience. Take advantage of it. You can also, instead of, this is one thing that I was focusing a lot on in the past. A lot of people like to take screenshots on Steam charts and post it on their social media. Like, look at these numbers. You don't do that with this app. You click here and you say, share matrix. It will create pre-designed images for social media. They're already cropped. They're already set and created for stories for social media. It's there. It's created, and you can either share raw data, you can share a live link, you can share. Will this create it for us? Can we view it here? Open file. Yeah, so that's what it prints out. I've tried to make this app as immersive as possible. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you use it. Like I said, I'm not asking for anything. This is just a personal project of mine. I like nerdy stats. I wanted to be able to have this information on my phone. I didn't like the idea of clicking on a website and refreshing it over and over and over and over and over again. I just want it here, done and now. I haven't heard anything from anyone saying halt development. So if I ever do, unfortunately, we'll have to follow instructions. At that point, I would probably just open source the application, say, this is how I did it. If someone can find a way around it, good for them. I have made sure that this application does not suck up traffic. There's a lot of, here's the information. Let's store it in the background so we can reread it later. I've done my best to make it as traffic optimized as possible. Are you eating a bag? Save me some. So yeah, you can download this app right off Google Play right now. It is currently set up for English only. I will work on translations later. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, you can post something on the Google Play rating, or you can use this right here. It is a contact feature that directs your concerns or messages or complaints or anything comes directly to me, and I will take care of it. But I hope you enjoy Truesight. I hope you enjoy my content in general. I'm working on a couple of big projects in the background, but this is one of my favorites. And I hope you enjoy it too.